Okay, so as we were talking about physical features of India, physical features of India. Okay, so in physical features we talked about mountains, we talked about the mountains. Okay, physical features of India. So in this topic we talked about the northern mountains, the northern mountains, the great plains, great northern plains, then the peninsula plateau, and at last the great desert, great desert. Okay, so today we are going to talk about the coastal plains. We are going to talk about the coastal plains. Okay, as we know, the peninsula plateau is roughly rectangular in shape. It is roughly rectangular in shape. Okay, so in our previous classes we talked about northern plains, Indus plain, Brahmaputra plain, and Ganga plain. Sorry, yes, Ganga plain. In peninsula plateau we talked about that it is a tableland and it is rich in minerals, and we have different types of plateaus in peninsula region. Okay, Malwa plateau, Chota Nagpur plateau, etc. Then we have great desert. Okay, the desert means place which receives very little or no rainfall. Okay, so today we are going to talk about the coastal plains. The coastal plains. So plains, the northern plains is the plains of due to rivers. Okay, and as we all know, the southern part of India is mostly rectangular in shape. Mostly rectangular in shape. Okay, and this part is Deccan Plateau. Deccan Plateau, and the coastal area, Arabian Sea, and to that of Bay of Bengal. This coastal part and these coastal plains are called the coastal plains. These part are called the coastal plains. Okay, along the coast of Bay of Bengal and coast of Arabian Sea, which also comprises of Gujarat, Goa, Maharashtra, okay, Kerala on this side. So on the left hand side we have Gujarat, Maharashtra, we have Goa, Kerala, etc. Okay, in the eastern side we have not Karnataka, we have not West Bengal also. We can't include. Yes, we can include somehow, but that constitutes Sundarban, but mostly we include Orissa. Okay, then Andhra Pradesh or Telangana, okay, and Tamil Nadu, Nadu, parts of Tamil Nadu. Okay, and these are also much more fertile. Okay, not that much fertile as we can see in the northern plains, but they are fertile. Crops can grow there, mostly cashew. Okay, cashew grow there. Okay, because yes, cashew. Okay, cashew grows in this region because these are much more fertile and water is also there. Okay, then we have eastern and western Ghat. Eastern and western Ghats. Okay, so eastern and western Ghats are the portion which is between the plateau and the plains. So these part are called Ghats. Okay, these part are called Ghats. So on the left hand side part is called, sorry, Western Ghat. It is called Western Ghat, which is between, sorry, now it's okay. Okay, Western Ghat, which is on the left hand side. Okay, in between the coastal plains and the Deccan plateaus. Okay, it lies between plateaus and the coast, and eastern part is called Western Ghat, and which is on the right hand side is called Eastern Ghats. So Western Ghats on the west side and Eastern Ghats on the right hand side, as we can see the map. Okay, if you see the map of India. Okay, so the Eastern Ghats borders the North Plateaus in the east, whereas the Western Ghats provides the plateau western boundaries. The Eastern Ghats are lower as compared to Western Ghats. So the Eastern Ghats, these Ghats are lower. Lower means like this. Okay, suppose this is Western Ghat. Okay, and this is Eastern Ghat. So this is quite lower. This is quite lower, and Ghat means some elevated lands. Okay, where we can find hills. Okay, and tea and coffee can also be grown in this Ghat only. And we have tallest mountain, which is called Annaimudi, which is located in this Ghat only. Okay, so it is quite lower. So if it is lower, the rivers, south flowing rivers will flow towards Bay of Bengal. Okay, towards Eastern Ghats, towards the Bay of Bengal. So if anyone asks you that in South India, why all the rivers flow in the Bay of Bengal, what will be answer? Yes, Western Ghat is at higher to that of Eastern Ghats, and everyone know water flows from higher region to a lower region. Okay, so that will be a correct answer. And all the rivers, Narmada, Tapi, Narmada and Tapi flows in the west part, but other rivers like Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, they flow towards Bay of Bengal. Okay, towards the east side. Got it? Okay. Number 1, Mahendragiri is the highest peak of Eastern Ghat, while Annaimudi is the highest peak of Western Ghat. So Mahendragiri, which has the elevation of 1500 meter. Mahendragiri, M-A-H-E-N, which has an elevation of 1500 meter, which is located in Eastern Ghat, whereas Annaimudi, which has an elevation of how much? 2600, and so you can see the difference in height also you can see. Okay, The difference is the height, you can see. So it is higher. That means the Western Ghat is at higher elevation. At higher elevation. Okay. Then comes the Western Ghats are almost continuous, while the Eastern Ghats are broken and uneven. That means these Western Ghats have a continuous. That means these are rocks, solid rocks. Okay. While Western Ghats at some point we don't have. It is broken. It is broken. Got it? This is solid and this is broken at some part. And that's why in some part we can find deltas also. We can find deltas in the east coast only. In the east coast only. Okay. Got it? Okay. Now this was all about Western Ghats. Now let's talk about the islands. Okay. Not island, it is called islands. It's called islands. So islands are, what are islands? A land, a small, a piece of land, a small piece of land surrounded by water. Surrounded by water from its all sides. From its all sides. And peninsula? By three sides, as in case of India. Bay of Bengal, Arabian Sea and Indian Ocean. So it is called peninsula. Okay. So islands are a piece of land, a land you can say, a land surrounded by water on all the sides. Okay, not three sides. Water on all sides. All sides. So if we take India as an example, how many islands do we have? We have two islands. Number one is Andaman and Nicobar Island, and another one is Lakshadweep. Lakshadweep Islands. So these islands, Andaman and Nicobar Island, is situated in Bay of Bengal, and Lakshadweep in Bihar, it is Arabian Sea. It is located in Arabian Sea. What? Okay, that doesn't matter. Okay, I put it. Okay, so the island groups, we have two major islands. Okay, group of islands. Number one is Andaman Nicobar and another one is Lakshadweep Islands. So islands is defined as a piece of land surrounded by water. Lakshadweep Island is situated in the Arabian Sea, known as Coral Islands. This Lakshadweep Island is also known as Coral Islands. You will learn about corals in your higher classes. Okay, you don't have to remember these things. Because they are formed on corals, that is a skeleton of polyps. Okay, polyps is a type of animals. Okay, is a type of animals. So they consist of large number of coral islands. In fact, corals are skeleton of tiny marine animals called polyps. When the living polyps die, their skeletons are left. Further, other polyps grow on a ground on this skeleton. Okay, in this way it is grown higher and higher and forms the coral islands. So the Andaman Nicobar Island line in the Bay of Bengal, most of the islands are volcanic in nature. That means we can find volcano in which island? Andaman and Nicobar Island. Active volcanoes. Okay, active volcanoes. But in Lakshadweep Islands we can't find volcanoes. We don't have any volcanoes because Lakshadweep Islands doesn't have rocks. Okay, doesn't have mountains, much more mountains. Whereas Andaman Nicobars, it is a larger group of islands and it contains rocks. Okay, inside there is a geothermal energy present in it. Huh? No, natural disaster won't come. But if it comes also, much of the population is not there in these islands. Population is very less. Okay, population is very less. So this was all about the physical features of India. So here we talked about the northern mountains, okay, which is mostly comprised of the Himalayas, okay, from Kashmir to Arunachal Pradesh. It is divided into 3 parts. Number 1 is the mountain ranges, high mountain ranges, the Shivalik and the lower Himalayas. Okay, then we have plains, the northern plains, mostly found by rivers of Himalayas. That means rivers of the Himalayas, rivers of North India. Indus River, Ganga River and Brahmaputra River. Okay, Indus River, okay, Ganga and Brahmaputra. Then we talked about plateaus. Plateaus are a elevated land, okay, a tableland where minerals can be found. Okay, that means they are rich in minerals. And mostly our Deccan part, our central part of India consists of plateaus. Okay, then we have eastern and western coastal plains. Okay, these plains, they are eastern and coastal plains which are situated at the coast side. That means near the sea or near Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea. Then at last we have Thar Desert also. Okay, Thar Desert mostly located in Rajasthan region. Then eastern and western Ghats. On the left side we have western Ghats, on the right side we have eastern Ghats, and western Ghat is elevated whereas eastern Ghat is lower one, okay, in comparison. Then we have islands, we have 2 islands, Andaman Nicobar Islands and Lakshadweep Islands.